A week after the race, it's back. The Baviaans repeat. Willowmore is a buzz. It really is a great vibe here. This is the start chute ahead of the Baviaans repeat. 227 kilometers, about 2,800 meters of climbing as they make their way through the beautiful Baviaans Kloof to Jeffreys Bay. The cutoff time is, of course, 24 hours. Every single team will finish after dark. It's about where you place your box, where you put your lights. It's all about strategy as these teams plot their way through the Baviaans Kloof. There are hundreds and hundreds of repeat riders here, and there are a lot of nervous novices. Let's find out what they're feeling ahead of the Baviaans repeat.
I think just exploring something that hasn't been done before. I've heard so much about the race. Everybody loves it. Everybody always comes back. Guys suffer a bit, but it's just wonderful to be here. So I'm here to explore the whole day.
Foot in the hook, all the way. I'm lying, my partners will kill me.
Just to finish, just to finish safely, and we're not chasing any time. So it's our first time. It is fourth. It's our first time. So we're just gonna take it as it is, as it comes, and just to finish safely.
For the majority of the field in the Baviaans repeat, it's all about finishing with a smile on your face. But for the 1,200 riders who left Willowmore, that smile soon turned to a grimace as they turned onto the road that will lead them through the Baviaans Kloof. They hit a wicked headwind. Once more, the Baviaans illustrating its unpredictable and fickle nature. A week ago, it was all sunshine and roses for the racers as they enjoyed the luxury of a tailwind. The first 100 k's or so is a fast, generally downhill cruise, but the way it's ridden by the teams can determine the difference between a broad smile or that growling grimace in Jeffreys Bay. The dry, dusty, stark beauty of the Karoo soon gives way to the contorted rock faces and mountain landscapes of the Nuwe Kloof. This is the gateway to the Baviaans Kloof, a spectacular hors d'oeuvre to the main course of the mega reserve up the road. It was completed in 1890 as the last of Thomas Bain's great mountain passes. This is the hold your back first few hours, when all the pent-up excitement and anticipation tells every pore in your body to follow your instincts and go flat box. But in the deep recesses of your mind, you remember that piece of advice either gleaned from a bitter previous experience or handed down by a wizened old veteran. Take it easy. Hold back. Don't boil the kettle just yet. That could lead to a painfully tortuous and bleak night as your tank runs dry as you hit the foot of the grinding never-ender in the dark of the night. The key for these teams was to try and control those emotions. Lean on the experienced riders, follow their wheels, dig out your cape of cleverness and wind your neck in. Pull yourself together and rein in your partners. For the most part, the repeat riders followed these golden rules, big bunches rolling through the wide open road together. They'd read the recipe book and were busy cooking up a beautiful, tasty, easy to digest Baviaans buffet. While the Baviaans repeat may not have the fastest racing snakes of the two events, there's no shortage of teams tackling the rough and rugged route the hard way, like Brian and Lauren Allett, who decided to ride rigid gravel bikes.
Riding Mungate end of year, so I figure if I can do this, then Mungo on this will also be just as easy. Well, suspension, either way you're going to get rattled. Like suspension, no suspension. The corrugation's always smoother on the other side of the road, wherever you're riding. And again, it's a photograph ride. It's not going to be a podium finish, so we take it easy and enjoy it.
Tandems are not that unusual. The repeat saw a four-man team of Tommy Sylvester and Martin Buck and Kevin Record and Yuri Krieger attempt to complete the ride on just four wheels. But why?
He decided a couple of weeks ago his partner couldn't go, so then he decided, no, he'll phone me up and we'll try and do this on a tandem.
I've never done it on a tandem. I've done it 5 times before on a normal bike, so this is a baptism of fire for me. But let's see. He's got a mute button at the front there we got from DSTV, so it quietens the back person here, so I don't know how often he's going to press that, but we're just going to go and have fun. Jury thinks we're going to do it in 8 hours sub, but I think we're going to do it in about 15 hours sub.
Right, we're over 5 hours into the Baviaans repeat, and we're about 86 kilometers into this 227 kilometer journey to Jeffreys Bay, and this is a long grind, this long open road here. Get into a bunch. There's not too much wind here, which I think you'll be very pleased about, and the riding is good. The mood's good as well. Listen to them, they're in pretty good shape, because they're going to have to be, because the hard grind is still coming. The big climbs are up the road. Enjoy them, guys. A typically warm and melodic welcome into the Baviaans Kloof. Wheels humming as they enjoyed the forgiving terrain for now.
We're in the Baviaans. We're at Gruelling Post Camp, and we're busy supporting the guys coming through for Trans Baviaans second weekend. I think it's awesome riding conditions. They couldn't have wished for more. There's the slight tailwind. Really a good day for riding today.
Going good. Conditions are amazing. Corrugation's not too bad. We are 72 k's in, so the day is still very early.
Hieronder is 'n ou klippie wat ons daai iewers raak gery het. En ons 'n ou gaai, maar dis 'n welkom.
We are 93 k's in. Yeah, I think the easy stuff's done. Now Baviaans starts now.
Cheers from the local farmers at the put stall. The first of the 6 checkpoints was at Zandvlakte, where teams had to check in and check out. Squirt lube in high demand in these dusty conditions.
Teammates hurting a bit, that's to be expected. But yeah, now the fun part starts.
There's no service, so we're definitely not sending any photos. No, we're doing well. We're rocking and rolling.
Stuff, eh? Dusty.
Okay, now that the downhill is done, are you ready for a bit of climbing?
I hope so.
The long, straight and somewhat corrugated road led the riders in the Trans-Baviaans repeat inexorably towards the Baviaans Mega Reserve. The gate to the World Heritage Site signalled a change in the dynamics. No graders here, the road gets extremely rough, and there are many crossings of the Baviaans River. No more than ankle high, some were smooth sailing. But hidden rocks, holes and slushy mud did catch out a few of the teams.
We snapped a chain coming through the mud bath.
We snapped a chain.
Yeah,
who's we?
Collectively the Baviaans and I. So luckily it was just me and not anybody else injured.
Yeah, it's my 6th time. Enjoy it. Weather is nice, the wind is a bit better now. Beginning was a bit tough. If I said to you it was a walk in the park, I'd be lying to you. But yeah, I put it down to character building.
The Baviaans back was a light introduction to what lay ahead for the next 25 k's or so. The climbs were getting steeper and longer. But on the plus side, so were the descents, as they approached the famous Hussartje and Vorst checkpoint at Smitskraal.
I'm loving it. I've got a fantastic partner. He's carrying my camel back for me. That's teamwork. And no, I'm having an awesome time. The views are spectacular. We haven't seen any buffalo yet, which I'm quite happy about. But it's lekker. I love it.
Not too bad. Could you please go and check his bag again? I think what he's got in there is illegal. So we might have to just check him afterwards. But it's good fun. Awesome.
No, I was thinking this race is the opposite of the Tour de France. The strongest guy is the domestique. He must go back and make sure that the weakest guy makes it.
So is that what you've been doing all day?
No, some of it, some not, enjoying nature.
So this is Bergplaas, and most teams try and get here before it gets dark. Not many succeed, but today we even got here before it was dark. So did those guys. Well done, guys. Good job. It's 145 kilometers from Willowmore, and it is the sort of breaking point in the Trans-Baviaans, because this comes after the mother of all climbs, which is an enormously difficult climb, and most of the riders pretty shattered by the time they get here. but they know that most of the climbing's done. Look at them smiling. They know soup is coming. Well done. That's the beauty up here in Bergplaas. There's soup. Most of them have their boxes here where they've got all things like their lights, very important for them because the rest of the ride is going to be in the dark. Okay, this is the vibe of Bergplaas, which is not quite halfway, it's more than halfway, about 145 k's into the day, but this is the sort of the hump of Baviaans because they've broken the back. Stretching, getting ready to go out again because these guys are feeling confident, they're feeling strong.
Yes.
And happy because it's almost done.
And it's nice and cold.
Now there's another factor, you see. It's nice and cold. So when they came up, there was no mist. There was a bit of cloud. And it looked as though it was breaking up, and we thought maybe, you know, the cloud would have... let's follow this guy, because it might break up and it'd be nice and warm. Did you bring enough warm stuff in your box? Do you know?
We actually have quite a lot, yeah.
Did you reckon this was going to happen?
Actually, we did, yeah. We thought we might get some mist and rain tonight. So there's a lot of stuff again.
So a week ago we popped in here at Bergplaas as mechanics at the Crafted Cycles stand, and Jamie here was flat out. There were a queue of bikes here. There was a bike up here. There were guys sweating bullets because their bikes were in pieces. What's going on today?
Well, apparently they scrapped the roads over the week, so the corrugation's a lot less, no bolts rattling loose and all that. But you guys did come a little bit earlier than last time, so if you come in about half an hour's time, I'll be busy again.
Grey overcast skies accompanied the riders in the late afternoon of the Baviaans repeat as they made their way into and away from Bergplaas. 145 k's into a ride with close on 3,000 meters of climbing. The long descents are much appreciated. As were the stinging high fives from the Kloof locals as they left the northern gate of the mega reserve. The cloud cover ensured lights came on a little earlier. Like a giant glowworm hunting a slug, they dropped down the Big Dipper at pace. Behind them, teams were still heading through the thick mist to the warmth and hearty soup at Bergplaas. The fearsome early wind had played a role in shattering the field into hundreds of smaller groups. Once safely off the Big Dipper, the stronger teams and riders were able to organise themselves into efficient riding groups as they upped the tempo en route to meeting their seconds at the Puckstoe at Hadley. This was the fifth checkpoint where fresh slapchip rolls was the star attraction for ravenous riders.
How's that chip roll?
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
How many chip rolls have you had?
Probably 10 in total.
Oh, it's been quite a tough day. A lot of headwind in the beginning. We're starting to pay for it now, but now we've got this horrible never-ender line ahead of us, and then it's home. Can't wait.
Rider is likely to remember without much fondness is the Never Ender, where Polar had a Polar Beat Count challenge. It comes at around 180 kilometers, an interminably long drag of a climb. It tests every rider's sense of humor in the coldest, darkest hours of the night.
Oh, it's not so bad, but I've climbed it many times, so I know it well.
It's going fine. I've enjoyed it, but I am done with this.
Meaning that, enough.
We're at checkpoint 6 and we just finished the Never Ender, well, almost finished. And yeah, feeling a bit jaded, eh? I think riding into the wind all day is taking its toll.
Never Ender, have no idea how far it was, extremely tough.
Too far?
Yeah. Too far.
They're done. They're exhausted. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Come on.
It was a nice ride. It's a bit of a breeze. We're just very disappointed that it took like 230 k's to get some single track.
The weather was good. The first 100 kilometers, Harvey was the only guy working, so that was a bit slow. And then after the first checkpoint, yeah, we started riding in just tempo. When he did about 220 or the 220 kilometers work today, I did about 10. So just all Harvey today.
So Harvey, you were pulling him, eh?
Unfortunately, I've got it on GoPro where he's dropping me on a climb, so I won't hear the end of that.
Well done. Well done.
It was just that wind that was a killer. The temperature was perfect, everything was perfect. Water starts all good.
Headwind all the way, except the last 5 k's we had a tailwind.
Yeah, on the rail line.
The wind was brutal, yeah.
But I mean, I think for where we've come today, I'm super stoked with like a very respectable second place against a super duper strong team that won it today.
It's a very, very nice race. We enjoyed it a lot. We had a bit of bad luck with an unfortunate puncture at kilometer 105 that put us like back to 11th place, and we really had to dig deep to try and catch up with the guys, but eventually we rode ourselves back into the race and we're very, very happy with the 3rd place.
This wind, nothing can prepare you for the wind. Hey, it's the wind messed you up from the start. But yeah, no, I think we'll be back.
It was a proper adventure out there. I was looking at like 12, 13 hours. When we started off with that headwind, it was absolutely, manic.
Very cold at Bergplaas at the top, misty and windy, and there was actually quite a bit of rain coming from Bergplaas all the way back.
Sure.
But a headwind the whole way, from start to finish. Not that I felt it, I was tucking behind him.
Bit of slipstreaming going on there. Yeah, it's a long day, but a lovely day. Worth every minute of it.
Dit was baie bad geweest, maar yes, it's a groot uitdaging. Ek so bly om hier te wees. First one for me, second one for him.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We helped each other a lot. Luckily the dips were in different time slots, so we just took turns to sit in front in the wind or in technical sections, but it was a very good day.
It was a tough day today. The wind was like from the front the whole time. The terrain was tough. We won it last year as well. Our time's a bit slower this year, but I think it's because of the weather conditions and the terrain. But it's a nice race and we'll definitely be back next year.
Twelve hours and 24 minutes.